Welcome back, Kuma Crew. It is once again your favorite friendly despair bear, Annakuma, and I'm here with another micro demo review because we've got another nice short and sweet demo to talk about. This time it is a murder mystery called Detective Rainy Night. Just we don't actually get to see any murders, and I think it is really sweet at the end of the game, or the demo I guess I should say, that K148 Game Studio says that it is all they can show because the plot is so important to them. What do we have, though, to talk about? Detective Rainy Night is a 3D mystery game where you play Icar Carmona, who shows up at a motel one night to stay just to wake up with a mysterious storm happening and the car's just not working. Also, phone lines are dead, no signal, you know, the normal. In the demo, we mainly get to talk to all the guests and get the very first part of the mystery, a car being stood on by a monster? It gives us a good look at how the game will play as well as the writing for the game. First up, why is right-click interact? Do games use right-click to interact? I'm pretty sure most use left-click. It really put me off. It isn't a terrible thing, you just learn to right-click, but why? Why game, why? Other than that, the gameplay is solid. You get a quest in the top right corner and you are pretty much forced to follow it along. There isn't much to explore other than the normal simulated type 3D world, but the motel is kinda cool to look at. When inspecting the car, you can get close-ups of various parts of the car and a text box telling you what it is you're looking at. So it looks like at most it will be a very simple game that just moves you from point A to point B very simply to do small tasks that really don't involve much interaction. It does warn you that at the end of the game you'll be asked questions, so take notes. I thought this was for the demo, so took a bunch of notes on what people said to me, but I guess that is for the full game release, as the game did not ask me any questions in the demo. But the thought that at the end you might need to actually have paid attention to weird things is quite interesting. I guess the charm of the game comes from the writing and the characters, as it does in any of these types of games. As I said, it is very much in the vein of the millions of simulator games on Steam, or even things like Chiller Arts. You have these very realistic yet somehow disturbing 3D human models, and they all talk strangely, but not in the we'll give them weird dialogue way, but in the way we'll just make them talk a load of garbage and act like this is how real people talk. For example, Salvatore is just a prick. When we find out about his car, we approach him, and he acts like I'm not doing my job, but I'm not here doing a job. And other than what we already know, we don't know if there is a job for a police officer to do. Nicholas here wants to bang Elena and thinks that's the best thing to tell a complete stranger 2 seconds into a conversation with his wife just sitting on the other side of the window. Elena herself wants us to get her to her appointment, and when we say we can't, tries to bribe us, even though none of the cars work and we have no way out. She then throws the one honest cop and I'm stuck with him line that just seems so weird, since she tried to bribe us to help her leave a place none of us can leave. The bribe won't work, it doesn't even need to be a bribe. Then we have Fabio, who I just want to call Jeff. He just stares, he just constantly stares, guys. Stares into our souls. He came into the motel because he was super hungry, but knew to avoid the place. It seems whatever spirit is haunting us decided to give only one guy a motivation to be here, and that's the fat guy. And seeing we're rationing, I do feel like this is going to be a case of fat guy gets blamed for eating a lot as he was hungry when he got here, which is fine, I guess. As a fat person, yeah, sure. He'd do better not to stand in the kitchen though. The staring is creepy, standing in the kitchen and being creepy, not a good look. I'll say the game has charm, and I mean it too. I'm not being sarcastic with this. People love these games for the jankiness, the off-putting human models, and strange as heck dialogue. It adds to the unease, but it also brightens it up a little. The weird dialogue can be translation issues, but I do like to think it's just weird on purpose. If I could be honest with you guys, I'm surprised it played so well. So many demos, whether in Next Fest or not, can be very badly optimized, and that's fine. I don't mention it often because a demo is a demo, and sometimes they get rushed out for things like Next Fest, on purpose. When it comes to a 3D game like this, even in full release, I expect problems. I played yes, count it, one Chiller's Arts game, the Cursed Digicam, on stream, and spent a good portion of that game changing settings to stop his stuttering. Maybe it is because not much is happening, but the game and the world looked well put together, and it played smoothly throughout, which I'm gonna take as a great sign that they've put a lot of effort into this. This doesn't feel like it's just a quickly put together asset game, but something someone has actually thought about and wants to perform well for the audience. Even the way they end the demo shows a care for the plot that you don't necessarily see. They apologize for not showing more, but they want you to go into the full game with no knowledge at all of what is to come, and I appreciate that greatly. It shows they have some pride in what they've been writing, and whilst on the surface it looks silly, the concept is very Stephen King, in that it will hand-wave away dumb shit like a parking lot full of cars just not working, with no explanation on how they won't work, and we're just not going to walk away from the motel because fog. By the end of the game, we'll have a story that someone really cared about, and whether we still find it funny or not won't matter. It feels like a passion project, and sure, I might be bigging this up a little too much based on where they ended the demo and the fact it was a well-optimized game for me, but I don't know. It won me over, and I can't wait to play Detective Rainy Day. We don't have a release date yet, but it does have slightly spooky tones, so I do hope it is out for the spooky season, so I can dive into it then in October. If not, I still can't wait, and if you want to support K148 Game Studios with this game, then please wishlist it. Link in the description below. That is sadly all I have time for today though. If you would like to support this bear here, then please leave a like on this video, comment below on whether this guy is Jeff or Fabio, and subscribe. Whilst you're at it, why not follow me over at twitch.tv/Annakuma as well, where I play all sorts of games 5 days a week, and will for sure be playing this when it releases. Till next time though, thank you for watching as always, and bye bye.